Stay Human is a sequel that has greatly benefited from the wise decision to delay its release for more testing time. The end result is an accomplished, polished game that builds on its predecessor in just about every way possible. It has an enormous open-world setting, huge amount of main and side missions, and a branching storyline that is directly impacted by the choices you make in the game. Add to that some superb parkour running and jumping mechanics and great melee combat, and you have a AAA title that sparks joy upon each load. Like the first Dying Light, this sequel is essentially a zombie action survival game, although it has a lot more scope and character. There is one large city left within distance of your character's starting point, called simply the city, and it is here that you spend the vast majority of your time. You play as Aiden, a pilgrim who usually travels between settlements to deliver goods or information, but you are now searching for a long-lost sister who you have heard might be residing inside the city's walls. This sets in motion a story of complexity, many encounters with friends and foes, and a gradually unraveling mystery that reveals your background in flashback form. You can choose to race from main mission to another to complete this overarching story rapidly, or you can also complete side missions, tasks, scavenge hunts, and many other small events that you stumble upon along the way. The game also has a time day and night cycle that is equally important to its mechanics. Some missions need to be completed at night, and some in the daytime, while many give you the choice. However, you will need to be canny with most of them as the world gets very different during the witching hours. The day and night cycle is fairly rapid, and you can force one or another by sleeping in a safe house or UV area where zombies cannot step foot in as they'd melt. It adds another layer of strategy and planning to even the most minor side missions. Another nod to action RPG fare lies in much enhanced character customization. Like the first Dying Light, this sequel places a lot of stock in crafting destructible weapons and skills. But like almost everything else this time around, there's much more to them. Weapons are far more plentiful in Stay Human and can be better modified. They can also be found with different levels and increased damage and durability the further you travel, so you'll soon find the machete you've been saving near the beginning of the game relatively useless later on. In terms of the gameplay itself, Dying Light 2, Stay Human superbly builds upon the excellent parkour mechanics of the first, giving you a faster, smoother, and even more intuitive way to traverse the city. Played entirely in first person, you can easily run, jump and climb throughout the entire game with just the left thumbstick and the R1 button. The game does much of the hard work for you, but you always feel you are in control. At the start of the game, it's a little frustrating as you cannot climb much or hang on to stuff for long due to a lack of stamina, but add a few points onto that stat and you'll rarely have to touch the ground again. It must be said that there are some caveats to such fun. Dying Light 2, Stay Human is a minor victim to cross-generation development when it comes to the visuals. The game looks great as a whole, but the PlayStation 5 version feels more like an enhanced PS4 game visually. Character models are nice, especially when the camera zooms and locks onto them for conversations and mission briefings, but there's not that extra layer of polish you'd expect on a native PS5 game. Resolution mode offers a full 4K experience that looks excellent, with crisp and sharp details. However, it runs at 30 frames per second, which we find to be an issue on such a fast-paced first-person game. The stutter can even make you feel a little queasy. A few caveats aside, Dying Light 2, Stay Human achieves just about everything Techland set out to do. It is bigger, bolder and far more ambitious than its cult hit predecessor. The city provides a huge open-world setting full of stuff to do, while the branching storyline is engaging and attractive to multiple playthroughs. Perhaps its most important aspect, however, is that it is hugely fun to play. The parkour mechanics are simply superb, with traversal over the urban upper reaches providing as much joy as swinging around New York in Marvel's Spider-Man. Melee combat is as intuitive, making encounters with the infected much more accessible this time around, and there is so much to see and experience that you'll realize you haven't even attempted the next story mission in days. Taking all the above mentioned into consideration, Dying Light 2 is one of a kind game, with great mechanics and a lot of fun while playing. Thank you for staying tuned until the end of the video, and if you liked our review, a like and a subscribe would be amazing.